as gas boiler. I think it's a long time, I'm not too sure. Okay, United Kingdom, they never upgraded my kitchen when everyone else around here in United Kingdom. Back in 2013, a former contractor company, Home Group Limited, National Housing Company in the United Kingdom, has been trying to get me out of my flat since I moved in. Secure Tender, I just found this website and checking on the statute or regulations on, excuse me, on the gas safety. You can actually get in your energy provider a free gas safety check, and like British Gas, any energy company, right? And that's a free, I think it is a free boiler check, I'm not sure. But you want to check it out if you have a disability. There's certain criteria I just found out on the National Health and Safety Standards Regulations Statutory Law website, and I'm just doing this before my friends help me just get some bit of air for a couple of hours, being Mother's Day and all that. And my mother died last year, so it's just basically just trying to chill out and just take it easy today. Because the offer I made, that's my late mum's thing up on my top of my thing, she's given me, I got her slow cooker behind me somewhere. I've got to get around to using it, and another halogen cooker. All of this haven't got space for my friends to actually use yet. They've cleared out a lot more space for me in my kitchen unit areas, and just done some spring cleaning for me. I really appreciate that. Not that it didn't need doing, it's just nice to have that when you're living in a place where you don't know where you're coming or going, which is like a constant national UK statute law system where it's absolutely cut to the bone, where you don't know. The bigger plan is to push people with high complex situations, physical disability needs and stuff, and medical equipment into expensive run institutional style care homes. Yeah, that's the United Kingdom in 2019 for you. It's assumption presumption yet again, all this previous documentation. Last year, by the way, it's worth, by the way, common sense, but if you don't know this, you can actually check the ID on a national website on health and safety. Go on to if you're social housing, by the way, renting, go on to in private renting as well. You go on to Shelter's website, which go into gas safety to search for the statutory regulations, your rights as renting a housing, house or flat, and bedsit, I think. And there was lack of housing anyway now. There's no one else I can move to, because I've checked out the new bidding system as well, and it will be the same process as I went through hell before, trying to find suitable accommodation for my medical needs, equipment needs, care needs, you name it, and there was nothing, absolutely nothing big enough. The only thing about this flat, apart from not the storage, the shelving and all that stuff, it isn't like height-wise for me, a one-handed in wheelchair, where they keep saying, oh, it don't meet your needs. Well, if they had this originally, like, put in grants or something for, like, to help pay for the extra cost to put shelving in, to redesign your home, that will make it accessible, then I won't need to move out. Yeah, because I lack storage space in my bedroom, lounge, the bathroom, 1 year, 9 months. It is absolutely the breach of clause and agreement, a contract by this National Housing Company. I've got all that, checked all that. That's been going on. They won't repair it, by the way. And so the only way I can do it is go to the Kangaroo court system in the United Kingdom. Well, you know what that's like with the lack of funding access to, for vulnerable people anyway. And don't even get me started with certain other services. Well, they mean well, but the Centres of Eyes, the Housing Ombudsman, statutory services, national UK is taking months. So they've got a backlog. I'm not surprised. And then when you search this National Housing Company social media, there's thousands, well not thousands, but quite a few others that are absolutely being let down. So it's profit driven, and it's no surprise. Profit driven corporations, these men and women as agents for their board of directors and shareholders. So they're bullies, okay, to me, they're absolute bullies. And the threats I got, well, I didn't get, the piece of paper got, was unless you allow entry to my private dwelling, they're going to take me to court. So I needed to check out my lawful rights as well. I never, ever stopped a lawful access when they need to do the lawful works, or let alone a gas safety check and the carbon monoxide. And I've got one of these devices on the ceiling that's 25-year-old carbon monoxide, new modernised version. So, you know, when you get cold callers, it states on the website, you don't have a lawful obligation to open the bloody door. And if you can, and you're bedbound, which I was, last Monday at 8:40 a.m. and I've got evidence of a picture. I've been in bed for 2 days, last Monday and Tuesday, so no fit state, very unwell, and I have a private life friend just kipping on the couch watching over me. She ain't waking up at that time in the morning, and it weren't until we needed to open the door that she found a housing company left a card in. No, not in my door. A normal place would go through your letterbox. Well, this card, cold calling, was actually on the communal carpet area by the door on the floor. Who does that? So I checked out this company. I think I got the card. Be aware of this and check out who you're dealing with. So I'm going to show you this company. It's called Weldon's Heating Company, and you need to check out the health and safety. They should have an ID. There's no information on this card what registration number this individual gas engineer has. You can't make out the information as engineers. DS, who is DS? Could be anybody, you know. And I saw one of these vans about a week or so ago, last Thursday, not just the Thursday before, when I had a medication delivery, and he was trying to get into the neighbour I know upstairs, and he wasn't in. But the aggressiveness towards me, and not anyone else in this area to do service. I mean, this date, a time, was Monday 25th the 3rd 2019 at 8:28 a.m. in the morning. And this, you know, I mean, come on, you know, this is, the email was sent on their website to instruct them to come tomorrow, 1st of April of all days, April Fool's Day, after 1 o'clock when I'm decent, cared for in my wheelchair, okay? And that was code copied into this company individuals. I just got one email for them. And then it was with this National Housing Company, Hunkett Limited, and then also they subcontract online or internet-based nowadays, isn't it, to Mighty Property Services Limited, Milton Keynes head office, the same people who unlawfully have set me down about the wet room constantly. And so this went to the PA for the CEO, Mark Henderson of Hunkett Limited, okay? He got code copied in. Now, it's all to do with pushing me out my home at 8 years as care tender, and I know about my rights in that. They cannot do that. That's unlawful. So, this is the the front bit they would have kept, and the bottom bit they would have put in my door if it's done lawfully. No, it was done deliberate to cause me alarm, distress, and harassment, victimisation. So, I had made notes. I think that, I don't know what those extra writing on this card was. But anyway, they've been put alert. The email my mate sent, where are we now? When this happened, Tuesday last week, so that would have been the 26th of 3rd, 2019, the CEO was put on notice to cease and desist from all lawful harassment. Now, when I studied contract law, common law, I knew exactly how to word it, so I just resent the original. Sorry, I'm talking quick, but I need to get out somewhere. It was a notice of opportunity. Notice, I can't remember the actual words. I've got it on saved on Drive. Anyway, the document went off about 5 people. 5 people. God. It was all to do with also later today. My mate's going to search online for the company's house information and print out the document of evidence. Now, good job I sent. Well, my friend sent by recorded post. Anyone out there has got the same situation, you damn well hold them accountable, because they're bullies and victimisation of vulnerable people, especially when they want to push you into care homes when it's without your consent, to use assumption, presumption, or this. And this is what's happening with me. I am safe here. It's just they won't repair the wet room. That's all it's about. And it's because of cost. Because when I first moved in, 2009, September 21st, 2009, secure tender by starter tenancy. And by the way, my old house, a 3-bedroom house, been there 20 years. I lost the right to buy because I had a crime there, a serious crime. So bad luck. I was able-bodied then. And so I had to bid the old system then for this place. Nobody helped me, but I managed to get it. I was in temporary accommodation then. I don't envy it because it's got worse in national housing situation, United Kingdom anyway. So I'm clued up about all this stuff. Anyway, moving on to up to date. What is available? What is not available? Well, you just go on to Disabled People Against Cuts, of social media, many people blogging, because it's happening throughout. And they're using the excuse of if you have 2 carers needs and high care needs and medical equipment needs and social housing, they're trying to use the excuse of this. I'm not preempting what could happen tomorrow. I'm planning to get my other phone out of the menders tomorrow and to stream, not to identify the individual, data protection, but what happens. So if anything happens to me, or these individuals claim there's a health and safety risk, gas safety risk, that means emergency exit from my home. How the hell can they do that when I'm disabled? They have to use Section 42. And please bear with me, stop and start if I'm talking too quick for you on this video. If that happens, the housing company employees and the representative agents, these people as well, can use this. And if you don't know how they can do it, with behind the scenes, aren't you knowing? Oh my goodness me. Okay, the Care Act 2014 statute law, Section 42. Anything to do with alleged claim of your health and safety, like the government's got to come in and babysit you. Yeah, the way I'm not being disrespectful for ordinary men and women working in the jobs, it's a hierarchy, okay? I've had too much of this the past year. Anyway, they don't care that it's like trigger day, well, trigger all the time with the death of my mum last year and everything you go through. So by finding out, ever since I moved in, this wet room, and I think you might see some videos back on this channel going back a few months ago where I showed you the state of the wet room. It's not a wet room, it's a disaster. It's unbelievable. Okay, the water seal around the level access shower was never lawfully built correctly to start with. I did not know that the former lady that used to live here, she used to be, so I'm told by my nosy neighbours, you know what they're like sometimes, that she was also disabled. I don't know if she could walk, but she used a mobility scooter. She had to move out herself as well. So I don't know whether they covered up before they let this place out and re-gutted it out and covered up the fact that the water seal wasn't lawfully built to lawful specifications before I moved in, and it only got uncovered in 2017. So all these years I've lived here, and the water from the shower part area, when I used to get carers showering me in my specialist commode shower chair, was leaking under the flooring, and that's why all the floor, the wood floor underneath the lino cover, became all black and rotten. And I was shocked when I found that out in July 2017. It was a local flooring company. There are two blokes that come out and lifted up the lino and saw it. And this is why I've been so severely ill, because of the mould and the fibres up in the air. And that's when I had the shock of the symptom of a major heart attack and stroke last September, year before, September 2017. And my daughter-in-law at the time, I was talking to her, streaming online. I swear to goodness, anybody out there, please be extremely careful. If you've got loved ones, family, friends, be clued up and know what your rights are and be safe, because I don't know about anybody else, but from my experience dealing with everything, bureaucracy, paperwork, they don't care about those high care needs. They just want to push you into their private contract care companies that run housing with care, if you know what I mean. Now, in the longer term, if that was a lawful offer and I could see the bigger picture, and they would be my rights, and I could learn new skills and get a new life, and it'd be safe, and there wouldn't be repercussions or negative impact on my personal life, I would consider that, because I rather move somewhere that would meet my needs and not have these constant problems, around here, and disrepair and stuff like that. When I found out, obviously, constant, ever since my deterioration, as I said, in hospital, tried to get the right care, tried to get assessments. Well, that's not happening still. And just constantly block to the long-term disability team in my area, adult health social care, because of these national housing company individuals in my area who are blocking it, who are blocking and lying. And I've got emails, I'm not just saying it, I've got emails or evidence who said what and how and when, etc., going back since July 2017. You wouldn't even believe half of it. So that's why the block constantly still to the National Housing Ombudsman Service. When you go through stage 1, stage 2 housing complaint system in statute law, I've done all that, and it's still a delay months. I haven't got 5 months to wait. It's affecting my health. So that's where they can come in, as I said, to use alleged gas safety and make up some excuse, because how do you know if you're not a gas engineer yourself? And they could make up some excuse, but I found out how they and what they should test. I will download that document, and I will get my mate to print it out later, so I've got it in my hand to show the individual that should come after 12, sorry, I said after 1 on the email I got by the National CEO PA female claiming it's 12 o'clock till 5 tomorrow. No, I never consented to that. I consented from 1 p.m. till 4. I can't sit in my wheelchair all day anymore. I'm like bedbound 5 days out of bloody 7 at the moment because I'm so unwell. And yet again, that individual PA, she was behind. She got promoted in a job, I don't know how, but she got promoted as a PA assistant to the CEO of the national housing company, because, I don't know, but it just seems odd that how she deliberately let me down by the end of 2017, beginning of 18, how I was left with a door. I've only seen my videos on that, my actual flat door, when the police had to bash it in to get the ambulance crew in, when I ended up having that streaming my daughter-in-law live on Facebook when it happened. So she's my witness to why I now need extra care and support more than I've ever needed. Yeah, because my right side is not recovered as fully as it was before this happened. So basically, I suffered a first injury, I looked at contact of personal injury lawyers in conjunction with negligence on the disrepair, lack of housing repair of the wet room because it's airborne, it's affecting my health, and I don't know if it's linked to why I suddenly lost all body functions and I couldn't move and couldn't speak, and it was like another stroke. But this time it's like a heart attack on top, and this time it's all my body, I couldn't move. And I was in bed when it happened. So because of the seriousness of that situation, that's the only reason why I sought clarification what may be offered in the adult care side of things moving on. I did not know the cutbacks nationally in the United Kingdom would be so bad ever since, and that's where the only way you're ever I don't know about Scotland or Wales, but I know in England the only way you're going to get any kind of care, especially with high care needs, if they use Section 42 adult safeguarding. I've experienced this before, I know how it works, I know how they can use others to imply assumptions, so be careful anyway. If they do, please educate yourself, get your loved ones, family, friends to be clued up how things are changing. And just go back now just to basically companies, individuals, you need to make sure they've got the full ID before they enter your home for your safety, and if you're a vulnerable household especially. Protection of vulnerable adults, it used to be called protection of vulnerable adults Act 2006. I don't know if it's actually changed now in the Care Act 2014, Statute Law, Section 42. It seems to have overlapped in the duties of care for all limited companies, employees as agents, as well as statutory public funded companies, United Kingdom, in as their civil servants in their agents. So it's everything now is tied into that. If you have your psychological and physical disabilities as well, so please be aware of that, how that can have an implication. I hope it's positive, but some of it is going against the vulnerable people, and how the training is not there in a lot of these management higher level positions in public private companies, individuals, and how when they subcontract out these works, for example repairs or services, these third-party companies, agents, don't know that you have this situation, don't know you need an afternoon appointment because information is not passed on. And I've had this before during trying to get services before all these years I've been here. And as I said, this kitchen was not repaired, it's not replaced, the cupboards weren't replaced, and yet everyone around here, what they do, when there's a vacant flat, you can't buy these flats because it's in a very expensive part of the land, it's very expensive. I think another reason why they want me out is for those that are working to get in. It's just discriminatory in housing, victimisation. But anyway, moving on. I appreciate me from my head, don't get me wrong. It's just frustrating because I wished I know what the end game is, what they're doing. I'm not. I am bothered and I'm not, but I just need to be things done rightly because the bidding now is changed. I haven't got the deposit to put down anymore. Oh, that's all changed as well now, by the way. If you're being offered even a bungalow, right, even though it's not big enough for me, what I need now, there isn't anything. You've got about much higher level of people bidding in the new system in the United Kingdom for bidding systems for housing. And what about to say people with high needs? And they won't repair their obligation. I offered to me about twice or 3 times now, end of 2017, last year twice in the hotel around the corner, level access shower, would meet my needs, etc., etc. It's all documented and documents and emails and stuff. And what I did offer, it's all been refused. So I'm not the one, just the record, on record, I'm not the one causing any disrespect, dishonour or anything like that. I'm the one that's being targeted. I'm the one that's being discriminated, and thousands of others perhaps. I assume that is going on. And if you're not having this, you're damn well lucky. But I've got nothing against this particular Weldon's company, heating company. I don't even know them. It's just they've been hired to do a job tomorrow. Right, my next video will be hopefully a bit about nature. And my video will be about my late mum. And the plan is to just see if we can see nice squirrels by the lake. And have a picnic. And see if we can see any horses nearby. It's quite a distance from me. But we're going to give it a challenge. And because while it be a lovely sunny day, but just to add a little bit of positivity at the end of the video here, that whatever happens, my mum went through a lot of things, a lot of things, till her later life before she passed away last year, and it's just giving me the viewpoint that I will try and pursue and persevere. I've always tried to work with people in lawful honour, and you know, and I've had all these OT assessments, I've had all these previous bidding systems since I've been here, and needs assessments, you know, and all that stuff has all changed. It's all completely changed how it all is run now, and there isn't. I've checked it out. I'm looking at all options, and seriously, why would you get a offer of the victimisation of a letter, but you don't let us in, we'll take you to court? Well, if I had a phone of a alleged number still of over 3 years ago, I would have got a text, wouldn't I? But I didn't because of that. If I didn't have somebody behind the scenes, I don't know what's going on with the internet, but I didn't get no emails offers, and I didn't get no letters of a date offer to do a gas boiler check. So how was I meant to respond? And instead I'll get a threatening letter. So in the words I won't repeat, because you just can't even make it up. It's just unreal. And it's all scare tactics of vulnerable people. How dare they? So as I said, the counterclaims being made on email, by post. But despite that, that just covers a full rebuttal of myself. Because if they try and turn up again and don't stick to their confirmation, and that company still turns up in the morning, and I guarantee they're trying something else on, and they usually do, and using other individuals as agents. So someone's going to do for me later, putting on the door and window to alert them that only after 1 o'clock you can gain entry with full ID, and then take a picture of that and as evidence in case it happens again. And then I won't put nothing past them, absolutely nothing past them at the moment, why things are happening. But don't let the damn individuals bully you about, harass you, victimise you, especially when you've got too much on your plate already, because I always like to bombard you with something when you've got a lot going on in your personal life. God bless, keep safe, just be aware about your rights. And it's all run by business and commerce. And when you rebut things, and it stands as fact when you don't come back and counterclaim with your full rebuttal on assumptions of a situation, whatever you're going through. And this is, there's a lawful duty. Don't ever, you know, as long as you set your terms and it's lawful and honourable, you're not in dishonour. So they try and take it to court system, UK, there's evidence that you try to negotiate time and date, okay, and that's what I've done. So I'm just coming here to, not about me, but my situation experience for anybody out there in case they get the same treatment. And I hope you don't, but I hope things will get better within the board of directors and the policies and procedures and what they're meant to do in equality as well to those in my situation. But obviously they're not. It's all business. and it's very soulless, and there's no dignity, and these individuals have no, they're just targeting me. And I wonder how many others are having this experience. So no, this won't work. But anyway, I've covered myself and I'm getting off now, I've got to go. But hopefully, who knows what could happen on April Fool's Day, and not just on that day. But hopefully things will, who knows. But God bless, got to go. I think my mate's got the clock wrong, but day in your life with me. Take care, God bless. Yeah, just go on the Shelter's website if you want to learn more about your rights in your housing, and also if you're a disabled individual, as well as this any kind of repair or housing and adult healthcare as well. It's not just housing, is it, when you've got mixture of healthcare, social care needs as well. So just be aware, and in statute law, contract law, it works in tangent together in certain aspects. So I've not denied access to my private dwelling, and they just need to respect my lawful requirements, and hopefully, who knows, but I cannot do 12 o'clock, never. My mate phoned and assisted me last Monday on the phone at 12:15. I was in bed because of that horrendous, a deliberate intent to cause harm and harm stress. So all you individuals working for any social housing company, especially people in my situation, you need to cease and desist right once from the lawful persecution of vulnerable disabled people in the United Kingdom, because we've just got same equal rights as anybody, able-bodied, just because we're all health and part and health. We are trying to do our best in limitations everyone has, and yeah, you can't just push profits before the human rights, God-given rights of individuals. Anyway, gotta go. God bless. Have a good day.